Mr. Predicto, did you think Johnwicksnipin was ever going to come back to YouTube?
You can rely on that.
What is up, my people? What's up? I'm back. A little grayer, but I am back. All right, let me it's been a while. Let me fix a couple things here. First, I got to mute my own live over there. And we're going to share screen. Oh, man, it has been a while. Hold on, guys. Give me a sec. My computer was not ready for all this. Hold on, guys. What is all this? No, I don't want that. All right, give me 1 second. Let me get my Weeble up. We got a lot to cover, right? We got a lot to talk about. Give me 1 second. Got to log in. I promise you, I have not done this in a while since I left. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Are you kidding me now? Oh, shit. I may not remember my password. Fuck. Hold on 1 second. Maybe it was this. Bear with me here. I'm playing. Oh, fuck. I can't. Damn it. I can't remember my email login, maybe? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to log into my Weeble on desktop, and I can't really remember my info. Don't give me this shit. No. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I've been locked out for 5. Oh, God. Here we go. Enter your password. Forgot password. All right. Yes, it's me. All right. Almost there. Hold on. More secure password. Hold on. Hold on. Just got to get a verification here. Come on, baby. We got a couple minutes. We got stocks that are running. Hold, guys. Hold. Let me see where you guys are talking about here. All right, here we go. Ah, come on. All right, well, I can't officially get into my account right now because oh, man. All right, we're going to share this for the time being. We're going to have to fix some of this stuff up a little bit later. Let me get a Weeble up here. All right. We got that now. Let me get down here. All right, guys. What up, Liquid? Que pasa, Marley? Ron's back as a new member. I saw Michael came back in as a new member. Now, I don't know. how it works yet. I think you guys are been upgrading on your memberships, but I'm going to change all that. As you guys know, this is just a kind of welcome back. Does everybody hear me okay? See me okay? It's been a while, guys. I have been trading stocks, but I'll catch you up. Okay. Remember when I was streaming before and I was gone Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays? Now I can kind of catch you guys up on everything. I know the market's opening up, and I know SQL was it not SQL? UTRS. Let me get UTRS up real quick just so that we can watch that for a second, because that's running like a freaking madman right now. And it looks like GCT is also running right now. Giga Cloud. Now my charts are all off. You'll just have to bear with me until I get everything kind of fixed back up. All right, let's see what you guys are doing. What up, fat boy? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All right, so I'll catch you up. I'll take you all the way back real quick. Remember, I was leaving the live stream and Toon was covering it. Steve was covering it. Fuck, I already forgot who else was covering it. I forgot the guy's name at the moment. I was actually going to dealer school, poker dealer school, learning how to officially deal poker. Okay. It's not just like what you do at home when you play amongst your friends and you throw your cards out and you think you're a dealer. No, you got to know rules. You got to know what's appropriate. You got to know math very well. You got to know how to control a game. You're going to be dealing in front of people, real people with real money, tons of money, right? Well, I did that. Jeff, that's right. What's up, Steve? Steve was the only guy that kind of knew what was going on because, as you know, Steve has always been very helpful on my channel, very supportive. As a matter of fact, he is the guy when I've been off of YouTube recently that's been hitting me up on text messages saying, hey, guy, you should come back, make a video. The people, the guys miss you and stuff like that. If not, I had a lot going on. So YouTube was on the back burner for me, especially once they demonetized me. It kind of demoralized me. I was just like, fuck it. There's a lot going on this platform. There's a lot of things they kind of want to control. They do want to control what is being put out. It's not just reusing TikToks is what happened before. That wasn't the only thing. There was a lot to it. There's a lot to cover with that situation. We'll go on with it. But in any case, I passed my poker dealing academy, if you want to call it. Then I auditioned for a job to do it. That means you get in front of the guy who runs the casino and you show him, he tells you, deal this game, deal that game, and you got to do it and you got to do it right. Well, I passed on the very first time. I got the job right on the spot. He goes, you're hired. What do you want? You want part-time, full-time, whatever the case may be. I chose full-time. So I've now been doing that for over a month, and it is very lucrative. It's probably the highest paying job that I've had ever. I work on tips. I get a small hourly wage, but I'm tip dependent. But it's very good. Like for instance, the other guy, threw me $75 as a tip, $25, fives, tens. Every time you deal a hand, there's a winner, and that person usually gives you a few bucks. 1, 2, 3, 5, or more. Casinos usually offer a promotion, for instance, as a high hand for every 30 minutes. Means in the whole room, whoever gets the highest hand for that 30 minutes will get $500 or $600 paid out every 30 minutes. So that's also a good thing for the poker dealer, because if you deal it to that person, they typically give you $50, $100, $25. You get stiffed sometimes for sure on it. But the case may be, it's a pretty lucrative job. I'm very happy with it. So I'm doing that. Also, the house has officially been inherited by us. This house has been inherited. So now we're going to work on fixing it up in order to sell it. So a lot of good things. Remember, I told you guys were going on that were really good, very lucrative, very positive. And YouTube, once it got in the situation with the demonetization, I just couldn't worry about it. I had a lot of things, a new job, new career type thing going on. I was typically a paralegal, but I didn't want to go back to that world anymore. I don't like the legal industry anymore. I don't like that world. I don't like that environment. So I had to choose to do something else with my life, and this is what it is. And it is opens up more time. I'm able to do YouTube now because I don't work till late at night. I'm off Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The rest of the week, the rest of the days, I start at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll be there till about 2:30 a.m., 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I also get tired, obviously, because I'm not used to these times. Okay, I'm not used to working till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So suffice it to say that I will try to manage the YouTube thing as best as possible, pursuant to that. You're working real late at night, you need your rest. So that's basically what's going on. My stock trading has been there. I understand the market and what's going on. It's a joke. This is a total joke. When I left you guys on YouTube, it wasn't as bad as what I've seen in the last couple months. This is just straight pump and dump. It doesn't matter what it is, and the pumps and dumps don't last very long. They usually typically last pre-market, and then you get dumped off right away in the morning, and then maybe you get a little rise. Remember, I told you guys this, what was going on. It was pump, dump, repump, done. It's even shorter lived than that in my book. So for instance, I've been making money in the last couple days with SQL. Okay, I banked, I think 2 times on SQL. Yeah. And then I hit up SHPH yesterday. I hit that up yesterday. But now I'm in on a second run on SHPH, and I'm getting beat. I'm getting beat up right now. I haven't lost all my profit on it. I'm still up technically, but I'm in at an average of $1. What am I in? $1.63 right now. So I'm down about 32 cents, 33 cents. So that's where I'm at right now with my trading for the most recent days. So let's see who's here. So DJ's here. What's up, DJ? Henry, see you, boy. Dwayne's here. Kim C. Barbara Young. Brian O'Quinn. I saw Michael came back as a new member at the top level. Thank you very much, Michael. You guys can rely on this channel to be here live streaming once again. I'm going to rework a lot of things. The channel will obviously upgrade. There'll be more money coming in for the channel to upgrade, provide some other things as I go along and figure out what I'm going to do. I've got, other ideas and stuff like that. We're going to test it out. The market is really, I don't know. It's just, it's not as popular, it seems, on YouTube anymore. The stock market talk trading, because I watch the other channels and they're just not really doing well. I'm looking at videos, the views aren't really there. I see other guys struggling. I watch Tony De Niro. I'm still watching Lou. I still watch a lot of these guys to see, what they're doing with their channels, to see what they're talking about, what direction they're going. And it seems like everybody is still on the same boring ass topic of AMC. It's just, I guess it's never going to end at this point. That talking point is never going to end. And for some reason, it's still popular on YouTube. Dwayne's here. What's up? Who else we got? Stevie's here, of course. Joe, what's up? 1036 Rich, Scott, Caroline, Sauce Everything. Your dad let you out of the basement. Sauce Everything. Who is that? I feel like you were a different name. I've seen you. I've been in and out of Toon Stream. Sometimes I've said something, sometimes I haven't. I just kind of want to let him do his thing. And see what it's like to do this on. I guess he's gotten his fill of really understanding what it's like to live stream every day. And D-Lou, what's up? Ron Vigil came back in as a new member. What's up? Thank you, Marley. And of course, I said what's up to Liquid Bravo Delta. Thank you, sir. Fat Boy Cage, thank you very much for the sticker, my friend. Yeah, Jeff was covering. KSS ripping. I'm out 400%. What's up, Nautic Designs? Footloose is here. Mike Hunt. Peekaboo. What's up? Okay. Jeff. Okay. So I couldn't remember your name. Then your sauce everything. And now I know it's Jeff. Now I got everything. All right. We're good there. All right. So what else is up? What are you guys doing? Have you guys been making money? It's a very, very difficult market, right? This has been really, really crazy, and I've seen other guys that, I watch. I watch Kevin's channel to see what they're doing, because he had provided a different aspect to the market with the options, the shorting and all that stuff. And I just feel like everybody is kind of at risk. You know what I mean? Like I'm not seeing something that is pretty easy to understand, do, and make money with the market. I feel like everybody's getting screwed in the market. I did get screwed on FRC. I tried that bullshit out and I got caught with that, thinking maybe they were going to get bailed out, and instead they got shadow realmed. So I lost some money there. But recently I've been making some money, like I told you, with SQL. SQL has been great. That one I hit real good. I hit SQL really hard. What was it? Was it yesterday? Or was it yesterday? I don't remember now. I'm a little hazy with my memory, but I had SQL like at 40 something. No, it was Monday. 40 something. I had held it the whole day and it was not going anywhere. And all of a sudden, boom, after hours, the first 5 minutes, I got out at 72 cents. So I slapped the shit out of that stock. I hit that one good. I think I made over $900 on that trade. What's up, Zen? Welcome back. I haven't been trading for about 8 weeks due to being too busy at work. I'm telling you, I get it. I get it, guys. The market is tough right now. It's like you can't see a stock coming anymore. You can't be like, hey, I'm going to buy this one because it's going to go up tomorrow or the next few days. It looks like you just got to get lucky. I've been trying to, figure out a way to get in before the pump, but it's tough. It seems like the low floats are still pretty popular, but it's anybody's guess. It's typically some sort of pharmaceutical that's being pumped up real high, and then you got to get out. And a lot of people, I'm sure, get trapped in and out and get lucky. That's it. That's really what it is. With SQL, I'll say it. I got lucky. I wasn't playing it based off of anything. There's no news on that stock at all. But one thing that's happening with it is it has pumps in the pre-market. It usually doesn't do anything during the regular market hours, and then it repumps and dumps off in after hours. And I got super lucky with it. I will admit it. I was holding it. I was like, shit, man, this is not going anywhere. I better get out of this before I get dumped off. And then all of a sudden, Monday, bam, after hours, it rises up like almost 100%. And I caught it. I think I caught the absolute high. And I made like 900 and whatever dollars with that. So money for me has been pretty good. The job's pretty good paying. And I've been getting a little lucky recently with the market. But I don't hold anything. I typically I'll take my losses at this point. If it ain't going right, I'll cut it and that's it. If it's like, something that's not over like 15% down or whatever, if I'm down a little bit more than like 15%, I'll have to hold until maybe I can recover. OCEA also was a pump. Yesterday's pumps was OCEA, SQL had a little pump and dump. UFAB, I don't know if you guys were playing UFAB. I played that a while ago. I lost. I had to take a loss on it. I was watching it yesterday. I was like, fuck, should I get in at 22 cents, or 22 or 23, something like that. And I didn't pull the trigger. I wound up taking SHPH again for a second round and lost. And I wish I would have gotten UFAB because that pumped up real high in the aftermarket. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So what else? What else? Before I left you guys, I had dental surgery. I literally had 3 teeth taken out on this left side, and so that's all good now. And then I got one more that has to go out. Remember, I was getting a lot of infections or whatever. They told me you got to get those teeth right out of there. So I got one more on the right side that's got to go out, but it's already under control or whatnot. So a lot of shit's been going on, but you know, been keeping busy. How about you guys? You know, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. You know, have you guys been making any money? Have you been getting beat up? Are you finding any value on some other channels? Is anybody else out there talking about a stock that, you know, you were alerted to and maybe you made some money? I haven't seen much, to be honest with you. You know, when you look around YouTube, you see the same old guys talking about the same old thing, and I don't see anybody pointing anybody in the direction of money. I just don't. Um, the same guys that do live streams, they're really just talking about AMC. I don't see the knowledgeable YouTubers live streaming and actually showing people or alerting people how to make some money. I'm not seeing that. Let's see. All right, let me go into Fidelity real quick. Actually, I want to let me fix this. Got to try to log into this. Are you guys able to see that? Let me see. Yeah, you're able to see that. All right, let me stop screen sharing for a second here. I got to fix this for a second. All right. Give me a second here. All right. Let me try to log in here. It's giving me a problem. You've been locked out for 5 failed attempts. Please wait 10 minutes. Oh, God, are you fucking kidding me? All right, let them have their little 10 minutes. And then we'll try again. I should have done this yesterday. So anyway, my YouTube comeback is probably going to take some time before I actually have the views and the interest that I had a couple months ago, because when they demonetize you, they do not promote your channel anymore, obviously. And I have like 16,000 subscribers, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what that is. It doesn't seem like it's real people. I personally believe that the way YouTube works is that they assist you with their own AI bots. I think it's YouTube that's really watching and helping your channel make money and grow more than real people. So for instance, when you see a person with, you know, a large channel and the views don't really match. So for instance, if you look at like Lou's been really, really growing, right? In his channel, he's still talking the same stuff, which is AMC. And, you know, the way he knows how to tell a story, whether it's believable or not, he's pretty good at capturing his audience and keeping them engaged in the AMC narrative. But if you look at his growth, his numbers, his subs, and his views, they don't match. Personally, I don't think that all of the subscribers on YouTube are actual people that watch. I really think it's a lot of bot watching. And YouTube doesn't mind paying the little few cents of ad revenue to try to assist a channel if they feel like it is a channel that they want to assist grow. It's not possible that I have over 16,000 real people linked to my channel and actively watching. There's not even 8,000. There's probably not even 4,000. And that's across the board. That's not my channel. That's everybody's channel. Because I've been studying this stuff for a while now. And it just, to me, that's the only thing that makes sense. It's just, it has to be bots that are coming out, that are sent out by YouTube. Perfect example is my channel really grew when I was throwing out a lot of the shorts and trying to re-describe them as my own. I guess I found out by YouTube that that was not appropriate. They didn't want that, but at least I obtained the growth that they assisted me on. I don't believe that that growth was actual real people. I think that that was just a bunch of subscriptions that were attached to my account by YouTube, the platform itself. Nonetheless, I'm not saying anything wrong right now that YouTube should be upset about or anything like that, but I do have to watch what I say on YouTube, as does all people that are on YouTube. They do definitely now, it seems, want to control a lot more what is said on YouTube, because when I decided to try to remonetize when I got demonetized, they didn't let me come back. Remember, I was eligible to remonetize myself April 20th. So I deleted the videos that I thought were the ones that caused the problem, specifically the one where you saw the girl without the teeth, and then all of a sudden she's this beautiful girl. I deleted a lot of that stuff, thinking that was the problem. It was not the only problem, because they did not remonetize me when I applied on 4/20. They suspended me again for another 30 days as a kind of like, try again, buddy. You're suspended for another 30 days. That wasn't enough. So what happens when a YouTuber uploads video? If you use music or whatever, sometimes they allow you to upload the content, but they'll tell you, hey, this is like you're infringing on someone's copyright, even though they don't have a problem with it. We're letting you know that we're going to allow this video to come up, but we're going to mark it as a copyright, but you'll still earn ad revenue. Well, I went through my list of videos, and there was a number of those, because every so often I've used music, and I took all those down. I deleted a lot of stuff. Anything that had music really in it, I deleted it. Well, lo and behold, when I reapplied 5/20 recently, that was good for them. They allowed me to come back. But suffice it to say that they've got real strong control on YouTube now. They don't want you to use any music, even if it is okay with the person that owns the music. They don't want you sharing anybody's content anymore. So I guess you can do reaction videos, but definitely my face has to be on that video, or else that will be a problem. They definitely don't want you using somebody else's TikToks from another platform, because you could probably imagine that there's an issue with TikTok in this country, and there's competition. And at that level, the competition between YouTube and TikTok, I'm sure TikTok was like, hey, if you've got your people resharing our stuff from our platform, maybe there's a threat of lawsuit, because this country has been wanting to eliminate TikTok. So maybe that was part of the issue. But I can tell you this, and I've spoken to other YouTubers that have gotten into this same problem with demonetized and stuff like that. There is no clear-cut answer, and there's nobody you can talk to on YouTube. There's nobody. All you get is a chat, and you get to talk to somebody overseas that really has no idea about what the problems are. So unless you can figure it out, or unless you delete a lot of shit, you can't get remonetized. And that's what it was. And I found out from another YouTuber. We don't have to beat around the bush. It was Kevin. I was, in communication with Kevin, because he got demonetized, and we were trying to figure out, why did we get demonetized? How do we come back? And he couldn't figure it out either. And he had extensive conversations with them by chat, by emails and stuff like that. And the people that you deal with, they just don't know. They're typically overseas, typically some sort of Indian country or whatever, and they don't even know what channel you are. You literally have to send them your link to tell them, hey, here's my channel, and explain to them what the issues are. And they typically don't have a resolution for you. All they will give you is like guidelines, like, hey, these are our guidelines. We don't know exactly why you're demonetized, but go ahead and read these 3 pages long of guidelines and figure it out. So it is what it is. DJ says YouTube has their own music in their library, but they can change it at a heartbeat. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't want to put anything with music, whether it's YouTube approved or not. At this point, I don't want to affect my channel anymore, so I'm going to play ball with YouTube. I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. It's not my nature because I like to be me. I like to be real. I like to curse. I like to, give my opinions on things. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to, play within what I believe is their guidelines, if you will, which sucks because it doesn't give you really a chance to be as real. And I explained this many months ago on YouTube in a video. I said, hey, once you create a large enough channel, you're going to have to protect that channel. I literally said that in a video. And I told my viewers at the time, some of you that may or may not have been there, I said, that's why it's very difficult to really believe in someone that has a very large channel, 50,000, 100,000 and beyond, because they've got to protect that channel. And, YouTube can help direct the channel in the way they want to direct it, because if you don't get their assistance in their promotion to the advertisers that come to YouTube to run ads on your content. And YouTube themselves won't attach their AI. I call them AI bots because they're going to learn your channel. They're going to attach to your channel. They're going to learn your channel. They're going to comment. They're going to comment on your channel, and they're going to give you an idea based on the audience on what they like, what they dislike. And it's almost like it's like ratings. Okay. Why does CNN talk about the things that they talk about? Why? Because the viewers or the supposed viewers of those media outlets will make comments or whatever and drive that content. They have to cater to that crowd. Maybe they don't want to. I mean, look what they just did the other day. They brought Donald Trump onto their outlet. Well, why would they do that? Well, because their ratings suck. And they know if they bring a Donald Trump, even though they don't want to promote a Donald Trump on their platform, they're going to bring him on because he's going to give them ratings. And they did. And now they're thinking about bringing him back on again, even though he hates that outlet. They hate him. That's not what they want to promote. But they realize the audience wants to see this guy. So they got to cater to that. And that's just the way it works. YouTube really isn't any different. That's why you get all these comments. Have you noticed, guys, that some of these other YouTubers are now shutting comments off? They're shutting comments off because the comments will assist in driving the content on the YouTuber's channel. Because if you keep getting a lot of complaints in your comments, you shouldn't have said that. I'm going to unsub because I don't like what you just said. And those are probably not even real people. That will change how you drop your content, because the idea is to have a successful channel and grow your channel so you can make money, right? And if you're not playing by the commenters' rules or whatnot, then you're not going to get that. So some guys turn their comments off, but when you do that, I notice you don't grow as much. So what else do I want to cover real quick? The stock market is the market right now. It's pump and dump right now. Typically, a lot of shit just dies off at this time anyway. So there ain't that much to really look at. UTRS is still holding up, it seems. But point being is that I'm able to kind of go off topic right now to catch up. I see Froggy Styles is back. I've been watching him drop his content. It seems like he's going full speed ahead on Tony Denaro. I told you guys long time ago Froggy Styles was going to come back to YouTube and he was going to go after Tony Denaro. I tried to tell you that guy is just a phony. I told you guys that long time ago. Well, lo and behold, if you look at Twitter, if you look at now YouTube, you see a lot of guys coming out and saying guys like Tony Denaro, Boss Blunts, AMC Bigums, and that get along crowd. Remember I told you guys that? They were full of shit. They were leading the AMC community down a dark hole of holding a bullshit ass stock and losing tons of money while also influencing them to vote a particular way that was more AMC, the company, pro. And I try to tell you guys, if you've been following me since the AMC days, okay, where I was just basically scratching my head every day, like, what is this stock? Like, what is going on here? I told you guys that we would get here. I told you guys it would have to go through lawsuits and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, I'm shocked at this point that there hasn't been more YouTubers that have been sued and stuff like that have been covering. Remember, I was trying to tell you guys, I thought maybe some of these guys, somebody was going to come after them. I said, I'm not going to say the names. You guys know the names. But everything has kind of played out the way I kind of thought it was going to play out, especially with AMC and especially with some of these YouTubers that were full of shit. Now you can understand why a guy like Al from Boston never showed his face and shut off his comments. Because if you're going to come out on YouTube and say that there's a stock that if you buy it is going to go up to 100,000, 500,000 a share, well, hopefully you're not showing your face at that point, because that was never going to happen. And if you showed your face, well, that was somebody that somebody can find or sue, and the guy doesn't show his face, right? So he knew way back then that he was bullshitting enough to know not to show my face while I'm bullshitting. So, but it's interesting, right? It was an interesting narrative. I haven't been following it as much anymore. Maybe you guys can drop comments and let me know where AMC is going at this point. I understand right now there is a legal issue going on, but I told you that the YouTubers were full of shit. I told you AMC, the stock was bullshit. And I also told you that there was going to be lawsuits and whatnot. I told you that the market was never going to hand over all this money from one entity to another. That was never going to happen. The way it just seems at this point is that shorting the market or any particular company is, you have endless abilities at that point, because you don't ever have to really pay up. You can just keep doing it, or you fake it, or naked short it, and so on and so forth. You're never, it's kind of like, this is the perfect example that I can give you. It's kind of like you taking a bet from somebody and they never pay you when they lose. They just want to keep doubling it. So for instance, somebody says, oh, I want to bet on X team, right? And then they lose. They're going to take it for $100 and they lose and they owe you 100. And then they go to you, oh, you know what? Let's go double or nothing on the next game. And they lose that one. And then they call you back up and they go, you know what? I'm down 200. Let's go 400 or nothing. Let's double it again. And they keep losing and they go, you know what? Let's go 800 or nothing. Let's go 1600 or nothing. Let's go 3200 or nothing. And they just keep doubling down until you're just like, you know what? Screw it. Forget about it. You kind of like decide, this guy's never paying me, so fuck it. I didn't lose anything, but I'm never going to get any money out of the guy. It's the same thing with the shorting. It's like, oh, they're on to us. All right, just short more and short more and short more. So, and then you've got all the entities in cahoots. You've got the companies, you've got the brokerages, everybody's in on it. You got government, you got every entity that's responsible for it is in on it. So you can't play even short squeeze stocks anymore. You can't say, oh, this stock is 300% shorted and the cost to borrow is 1,000% and there's no shares available to short. Let's run in and squeeze it out. You can't do that. They're not going to squeeze anything. The market maker is going to maybe pump it a little bit, dump it, get people stuck enough. People are going to reshort more, whether it's real or fake shares that they're creating. And that's it. So at this point, you're either going to ride the wave and take a little bit of money and not be greedy, or you're going to lose a lot of money in the game that they've created. This is now a game. This is not a place to really invest your money. It is now literally like where I work. It's a casino. That's it. And I told you it was going to be this way. So it's either you are happy playing in the casino and you don't mind the risks, which is what I was trying to create in our live stream. I'll be honest, what I was trying to create on our live stream was a place, my own casino, where we looked at whatever was pumping, try to run in, grab some bucks, and jump out before the fucking building burns down. And that's it. And we were having a good time with that philosophy. And I'm hoping that, we can get back to that. And I'm hoping we can make some money. But if it doesn't work, we're going to have to figure out a different direction to how to tackle the stock market. As I'm watching, my SHPH just keeps going down. I mean, look at this stock in particular. It had a huge pump up yesterday. I think it got up to over 2 and change. Literally double this price right now based off a patent that they just got. And all of a sudden it is down 18%. I mean, that doesn't really even make sense. The float on this is tiny. It's 5.3. So at this time, I am now going to just hold this. I'm going to hold this bag. I am down literally on this stock $675, but I'm still up overall on it because I made 900 and change. So I'm still technically up, but I am down a lot. I've got 1,794 shares of this stock. And right now it is a pretty hefty bag. Really not based on anything because I don't see like it's not like they're doing an offering. So it's just kind of dumping. But I'm going to hold my bag like a champ and wait until it actually turns back around. Zen says, Johnwick, you should write an ebook on the psychology and fuckery of trading and the social media world. I know. Trump made the market go up. What's up, Jaffet? YouTube has their own. Okay, yeah, I read that. So that's basically it. Like I said, I look around YouTube. I don't really see anything going on. Anybody's channel, anybody's. Even every time a YouTuber, especially if they're AMC dominant, tries to go off AMC topic, they don't get any views. That's how I've come to the conclusion that the channel numbers that we all see, for instance, like a Tony De Niro's, like, what is he's way over 20,000 now, right? Let me just check. He is now over, he's at 20,700 subs. But if he says anything other than AMC, he gets like 500 views on whatever he is talking about or video or whatever the case may be. And that tells you that, in my book, we all have just fake viewership. It's not really real. Lo and behold, case in point was when my channel was really growing a few months ago, that I was telling you guys, holy shit, 10,000. I'm at 10,000 subs. I'm at 11. I'm at 12. I'm at 15. I'm at 16 now. They were coming in fast and furious. That's not people. That's not really people coming to my channel and really finding it and saying, oh, wow, I like this channel. I like what he's putting out. It's some, but it's definitely a very small amount of people in my book. That to me was just, YouTube must have liked, for instance, a piece of content that I put, that they allowed me to put, that they knew wasn't even allowable on my channel, but they supported it until maybe somebody complained and says, hey, that's not original content, that's from TikTok. But I thought that it was okay to redescribe it as my own. When I say redescribe it, I associated it with AMC. I was saying the woman was Amy. We all know who Amy is. We created a fake character as a blonde woman that is AMC. Brian says, whenever I hear AMC anymore, I'm like, whatever. Dude, I'm so far off AMC, I don't even know what's going on anymore, which is much different than where I was at before. Before I was like, I don't care about AMC, but at least I follow the story. Well, now I'm like, I don't care about AMC and I don't follow the story anymore. And I don't even get mad at these guys anymore for covering it because I get why they're doing it. For instance, Lou, you have to, at this point, understand now, which we didn't know back then. We didn't know that 100%, I'm talking about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we didn't know 100% that Lou didn't know what he was talking about. We didn't. We didn't know that what he was saying was totally just bullshit, conspiracy, and it was just a well-told story. We didn't know that. But you know that now. You know that now because he's basically, without confirming it on camera, telling everybody, hey, I'm doing this because it's what grows my channel. It's what pays me. And maybe he got in trouble with the last channel. It's likely what happened. The last channel, maybe it got demonetized. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they did this. Maybe they sent him the same message they sent me and says, hey, we're demonetizing your channel because of content that is unsuitable for advertisers. So figure out what content that is. And he probably couldn't figure it out. And he deleted all the videos and opened up a new channel and understands now that if he's going to cover it, he's got to cover it a particular way, which is what he's been doing. The part that I never understood is I got the resharing of TikTok strategy from Lou, and Lou didn't get in trouble for doing that. He didn't get demonetized for doing that, and he did it multiple times, even on this new channel. So YouTube's not even consistent with their own guidelines as to why they're going to suspend you off of monetization. Okay. Let's talk about real quick what's going on with the memberships. So they paused all the people, all you guys that were paid members to my channel. They paused you. So the moment that they remonetized me yesterday, I'm sure you all got notifications that says, hey, I'm back, and that you were charged. And that's great, right? I'm back. I am going to be doing live streaming. I'm going to figure out how to properly schedule based on my work schedule, based off of YouTube's interest in the stock market right now, because before I can live stream for 8 to 10 hours, because the market, we understood it in a particular way. We understood that, like, we were going to basically casino-fy it, which was to follow what was pumping in that particular day, ride it, and sometimes it would pump all day long. We were able to scalp it all day long. But what I'm seeing right now is that, and I see your guys' comment, I'll get to it in 1 second. But what I'm seeing right now is that these pumps are like short-lived, dude. You get some pre-market time. You might get a few minutes in the market open, and then it's done. If you don't get out, you're going to take the L, or you're going to hold that bag, and that's it. And you're going to hold that bag until it comes back around again. It pumps up maybe in a couple weeks, maybe in a month, who knows? But that's basically what it's been. And it don't matter what the news is. It could be anything. It could be your company's getting bought out by the biggest company in the world, and now you got the pump, but it's going to dump. You know what I mean? Let me go back up here. So Brian says, whenever I hear AMC anymore, I'm like, whatever. Gandorf says, I pretty much forgot about AMC. Only now that you brought it up do I remember about it. Seriously. At Brian's same, I almost forgot that I'm holding. I follow Ape Ticker more just curiously to see if my extra 1,000 shares end up a decent hedge play. Knee deep, finally back. Johnwicksnipin, UTR. Yep, 230%. What about Ape Father with the hate of Lou and drama? It's played out. It's played out. He's another one that's in search of what to do with his channel. He's trying to go in many different directions. But I've always said, Ape Father, if you ever watch this, or if somebody goes back to his channel to talk, I think you've got to clean up your way of being on YouTube, your personality. I think that you rubbed YouTube so far, so bad that they don't want to support your channel. So it doesn't matter if you pump out 100 videos a day, you're not going to get the views of another channel that's a little more popular in just one video, maybe 2 videos. And I just think it's you that needs to change the way you drop your content, because it's not really going to do it. You're just going to overwork yourself on YouTube. But I don't follow it. I haven't. He's one channel that I just haven't been following because it's food based right now. And yeah, do I like to see a beautiful looking pizza sometimes? Yeah. Do I like to see some beautiful ravioli sometimes? Yeah. Do I want to see somebody eating Big Macs and Whoppers? No, I don't want to see that. I don't care if you can eat the biggest Whopper in the world. It's disgusting food. I feel bad that you're eating it, to be honest with you. So enough about that. Who cares? Justin, what's up? Zim is here. What's up, Zim? Barney Bell, you were right months ago about AMC and got a lot of crap. What happened to all of their Lambos? You know what? You know what I've learned about YouTube? Being right doesn't get you anywhere. Lying on YouTube gets you somewhere, but you could get in trouble for it. You could either make a lot of money or you can get in trouble for it. But the truth has no place on YouTube. It just doesn't, unfortunately. What really works on YouTube is storytelling, and providing hope in a place that there is no hope. And that's what the AMC topic is. It provides hope in a place that there is no hope. You're giving hope to those that have lost tons of money that there will be a better day tomorrow, and there really won't be a better day tomorrow. I still see AMC going in the same direction it will always go, and that is down. I still see the company going out of business at some point. The stupid ass popcorn at Walmart ain't helping that. And you won't know AMC one day soon. AMC will be done. I haven't even gone to see them. Forget about AMC. I haven't even gone to even see a movie in probably 6 months. So it's just, I don't have time for it. I don't have the motivation for it. I don't have the care for it. I'll just, and it's not even about the theater experience. I just don't find any of the movies that entertaining anymore, that I need to go to a whole other room with strangers to go watch it and pay 5 times the amount to eat the candy that I can buy at the dollar store. I just don't see the need to do that anymore. At one point, it was a great experience, but you know what? I enjoy that experience now just as much at home. Watching it in my own recliner with my own blanket, with my much cheaper snacks and food that I can make. And that's it. And I don't see a movie anymore that I have to run to a theater environment. I told you guys even before I've been off of YouTube, I told you that the only movies that I'm watching are going to be in the 4DX. I want more of a fun experience than just watching a movie. I want now a ride type environment. I want my chair to shake. I want some effects and stuff like that. And that's the only way I'm going to even go watch something. And it's going to have to be some sort of good action or good comic book type movie or whatever. And honestly, the comic book, that shit's all played out. Enough. That's it. It's time to do something else. Every fucking character now with a metaverse or changing the story or what. I can't even keep up with that anymore. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. 1036 Rich says Teddy is a concrete guy. I did see that. Hey, I told you guys, the YouTube thing, it's tough. It's tough to do. It's not easy. I'm sure he decided to say to himself, you know what? I don't need the bullshit that I get every time I try to, alert a play or bring some excitement, which his thing was the IPO. That was his niche. That's what he found. He decided, hey, I want to be the IPO guy on these Chinese IPOs, these pump and dumps. He created this narrative that he knows somebody and they're going to pump the stock up. And it was a great story at that time. I'm pretty sure it wasn't real. And it was just the stock was going to play out the way it was going to play out. And he was just going to try to navigate himself and his viewers into hopefully making money on the pump and avoiding the dump. But unfortunately, I think a lot of people got hurt. I saw that was going to be something that was very detrimental to investors really early on. I was on board with it in the beginning, but I think I jumped right off at Megal. Remember, I was cool with it, HKD and a couple others, but at Megal, when everybody got destroyed on that, I was like, yo, I got to put out a video saying, once I analyzed the situation, and I had to go opposite of him, which he didn't like. But that, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to keep it as real as possible. And at that point I said, hey, I don't understand the logic of doing this, because you're not, at that point we wanted to go against shorts. We wanted to, we wanted to do the longs versus shorts game, which was we gang up on them and try to squeeze them out. But in the IPO game, there is no shorts. And I pointed it out, and I remember calling him out and saying, you're telling people that you are the IPO, there's shorts in there and that you're squeezing them out. There is no shorts in there. And I told him in the video, I says, you're doing retail versus retail. And it was just a game of chicken to see who was going to be left holding the bag after that pump up. Who was going to be greedy and who was going to sell out before they handed that bag off to the other retailer. That was just, you were staring each other in the eye. Once they released that IPO, it was pumping, but it was going to dump and it was never going to come back, right? And that was hurting a lot of people. And I remember some woman got hurt, and I overheard about it, and I made a statement, and I took a bunch of shit for that. I remember he tried to call me a woman abuser, whatever the case may be. And that's the toxic part of YouTube all around, is that, when somebody doesn't like your opinion, they're going to go to great lengths to try to shut you up or shut you down. And that's the hard part about YouTube, that at some point people get over. And I believe a guy like Teddy got over it. He got over trying to pump IPOs, taking all this shit, potentially getting himself into legal issues because he was selling Discord at the same time, and decided, you know what? Probably his wife probably told him, hey, we don't need this. We don't need this type of issues in our lives. And he decided to go a different direction. So kudos to him, great. If he found a lane that is good for him, great. Let's see. By the way, I am currently awaiting a reset of my pattern day trade with Webull. Because I was flipping SQL, and I was like, I still have my reset in my back pocket. So I was like, fuck it. I don't care. When it comes to making money or getting a PDT, I'll take the PDT. If you're going to kick me out of your site, then kick me out. I'll go somewhere else. But I'm currently awaiting that one. They don't give it to me immediately anymore. Now they make you wait 1 to 3 business days, apparently. So it doesn't matter. I'm holding a bag of SHPH right now and down on it. So it really doesn't matter that I'm waiting for their reset, because I'm not going to sell this right now anyway. I'm down literally right now $600. So Zen's, he's got his new membership. Thank you very much. Barney Bell, love your content. Where is all the Lambos? Just renewed my membership. Mine had been canceled for some reason. Zim says BIOC up 26%. DJ says, hey, John, when you get a moment, check out my vid called When the Apes Found Out I Saw My AMC Shares. I got some flack about selling my AMC shares, so I made a vid. Yep. Savvy boss, bald, blunt, hopes his hair can grow and his nuts drop. Haven't been to the movie since before the C-19 hit. Give John a good rom-com to ease his soul. I've been in his Discord. It's been really slow in there of late. Kevin is doing awesome, however, very happy for him. Yeah. I mean, it seems like he understands YouTube now. I think he understands it better than I even understand it before. And I used to try to coach him back then when he was a newbie. I always told him, I go, you got to know how to work YouTube. If you don't have the personality to work YouTube, you're not going to make it. So I think between his suspension and, the feedback that he gets on his channel, he has finally found his lane, which is great. Another thing I'm not doing anymore, unfortunately, for some of you guys that have channels, YouTube doesn't want it anymore either, is any more promotion of someone else's channel. So I won't be doing that. It never brought me any success to try to be a cool type guy, to try to do that, because I'm that kind of guy. I like knowing where I came from, where I'm at, and if I see the same people on the same path, I like to try to bring them up as well. YouTube doesn't want it. It didn't get me anywhere anyway to try to support other channels, to help somebody come on my live stream, to maybe give them exposure and stuff like that. It just has never brought me anything. It never brought me anything from it, from the days of Kevin. I did like how it was running when before I got demonetized, where I had Toon and Steve. But at that time, those guys didn't care about being on camera. They weren't about building a channel. Toon has now gone that direction. And that's great. You know, I always told him privately in messages, I always told him, hey, build up your channel and we'll collab on our channels from you know, your channel to my channel, not as much as the way we were doing it before, where he was just you know, coming on my channel, whatever the case may be. No, don't worry about it, DJ. I don't really mean that in your sense. I'm going to watch your video. I just mean that overall, I'm not, YouTube doesn't want it. Plus it doesn't get me anywhere. And now I understand, because I didn't when I first got on YouTube. I never understood why don't YouTubers just collab more? Because you get double the audience. And I guess they knew what I know now back then. And that is, it just doesn't really work out. It doesn't really help. There was one time that it could have worked, one time. And unfortunately, that was a while ago. And that was when Kevin and I were collabing. We got extremely great feedback from that. A lot of people thought that we were really going to move up in the YouTube world. But, you know, he was very new to the game and didn't understand certain things. And it wasn't working out, and he didn't understand, you know, how comments worked and stuff like that. And he allowed comments to kind of like, I won't use the word poison, but kind of just creep into his head. And, you know, that's where the friction really was caused between he and I. But that was the only one time I think it would have worked, is when he and I was doing it. And had we stayed the course, I think right now we would be looking at 50,000 plus subs on each channel, and, you know, making a good money on ad rev and providing good content and a good space. But, you know, that's no longer going to happen. That kind of stuff's not going to happen anymore. YouTube is just a very particular place where if you're either going to do it the way they want you to do it, or it's just not going to work out, and you're either not going to be interested in doing it, or they're not going to support your channel. Because there's only two reasons why people really come on out on YouTube. Let's be honest about it. They're not really here to hang out with their viewers. That's not really what's going on. It's either they're here to try to make money from the channel through ad revenue, memberships, super chats, and so on and so forth, or they're trying to grow to get to that spot. So for instance, I give you an example. Toon is putting his dues in right now to get to the spot that I'm at. Okay. Maybe some of you were wondering, well, why weren't you, if you really, you know, cared about the viewers, if you will, why weren't you doing content when you were suspended, for instance? Well, that's because I put my dues in already, and I wasn't going to give YouTube free work anymore. I already did that. I already did that before I got monetized. So if you looked at it in comparison between, for instance, Toon and my channel, and Toon's doing it for free basically because he can't get super chat yet. He doesn't get money off of his channel. But the way you have to look at it, as he has to put his dues in. YouTube wants you to work for free for at least a certain amount of time until you get monetized, until they officially agree that your channel should be monetized. They'll give you some bots to view your channel, to give you some ad rev, to potentially attract some other people because the channel is growing and stuff like that. Because let's just face it, most people don't look around for channels that have a small amount of viewers on it. Most eye-popping, eye-catching things on YouTube are channels with growth and with current numbers. That's how you attract the real people. And that's what YouTube does. They grow your numbers. That way it looks like the channel successful, and then the real people start coming. But on each channel, for instance, if I've got over 16,000 subs on my channel, I would probably say maybe 10% of that is real people out there that potentially, you know, come and view my channel or whatnot. But the rest is just, you know, coming from YouTube or coming from some other entity that wants to keep track of my channel, what is said, and so on and so forth. Because if there's something that they don't like that I say, well, in the comment section, they'll throw out enough commenters to kind of make me feel like, hey, I better switch up what I'm saying. If not, I'm going to lose my viewers. So it's a lot of stuff. And I've just been on the sidelines since I've not been on YouTube, just watching, analyzing this stuff, reading comments, all silently. You guys haven't really been hearing from me, but this is all I've been analyzing while I've been doing all this other stuff in my life with my new job, with this home, and other things that have really just taken a lot of my time. Let me see. Are you talking about... Yeah. All right, let me look at market here. So UTRS is now, I guess they're done constantly pumping it. It's probably coming on its way down. GCT, how funny is that? Giga Cloud is up today. SHPH is not going anywhere. I'm gonna have to hold that, I guess, to the next pump. What else we got here? Everything that pumped up yesterday is getting destroyed today. Oh my God, I was going to buy that other one. What was it? What was the one from yesterday? CWBR. Did anybody get into CWBR? I was fucking I swear to you, I was like 333. That's the price. That was the lowest point. I'm watching it tick by tick. And it's at 333, and I'm saying to myself, fuck, man, it's collapsing. And with the standard, the conditions that the market is in, I was like, oh man, this is going back under 3. I'll catch it under 3. All of a sudden, it starts to pump up. It goes up to like the 350s, the 360s, and then I was like, all right, forget it. It's just going to stay in a channel between the 330s and the 360s. So I'd stop watching it. All of a sudden, I come back like half hour later, the shit hit fucking over $6. So I literally missed a double up opportunity. And I promise you, my finger was on the buy button. I was like, 333, come on down a little bit more, and I would have bought it. And I didn't buy it, and it fucking doubled up. And I was like, fuck. And then the same thing happened to what was the other one? What is this? The U bullshit. What is it called? UFAB. UFAB. So I'm watching UFAB tick by tick. 25. It's like 26, 25, 26, 25. Then it breaks down to 24s. Then I'm watching 23.50. All of a sudden 22.50. And I'm like, shit, it's getting close. 22.50. If you get me somewhere to like 20 or under 20, I'm in. I'll push all my chips in. I'm all in. And I didn't take it, and fucking shit blew up in the after hours. Missed like a triple up on that one. Hold on, I'm reading some of your comments. Thank you, Zem. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's interesting. This is a new job that I've started, and it comes with a lot of just different experiences that you would never experience in your life. You're dealing with the public. I at any given time I'm dealing with literally 8 people. I think it's 8 max. Is they've decided back in the day when you played poker in a casino, you played with 9 people. There was 9 chairs. They've shortened it down. They've got it to 8. They want it to be a little bit more spacious now. So that's what I do now. I literally deal cards to 8 people, and you got to know the rules, and you got to know the games, and you got to know the formulas to the betting strategies. So for instance, I deal a game that's called Omaha PLO. And for those that play poker know what I'm talking about. And I forget who it was. That is a poker player that was part of our channel here that would know exactly what I'm talking about. But PLO is an Omaha game. But in our casino, Typically, Omaha's dealt 4 cards. In our casino, we deal 5 cards. So it creates even more probabilities and more desires for people to chase those potential hands. It creates more action, for instance. So, at any given time in that particular game, I'm pushing a $10,000 pot, a $15,000 pot. So you're dealing with a lot of money, and you can't, at that level, players can get very irate if you're making mistakes. So there's a lot of pressure on me to do it correctly. And when you are dealing PLO, there's a formula that you've got to know, a math formula. For instance, because PLO stands for Pot Limit Omaha. That means that you can only bet the pot at any given time. You can't just go all in because you like your hand. You can only bet the pot. But there is a perceived amount of money that is derived by a formula when betting. So, for instance, before the first few cards come out, right? People start betting, right? They go, okay, it's $10, $10, $10. One guy goes pot. Well, there's no pot yet. There's only 3 people that have put in $10. In order to come up with the formula in Omaha, the pot value the perceived pot value is 3 times the last bet plus the money behind it. So if 3 people have called $10 in Pot Limit Omaha, there's $30, right? So if the 4th guy goes, pot dealer, I've got to now figure that formula out. It's 3 times the last bet plus the other 2 bets. So you go, so this guy, when he says I pot, it's 3 times 10, that's 30, 40, 50. His bet is $50. I've got to know that. Right when they say pot, I got to know that. So I got to follow everybody's bet. And if it was 7 people that came in with $10 and the 8th guy goes pot, you got to go 3 times the 7th person, that's 30, right? 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. The 8th person has to put in $80 because he requested a pot bet. All right. So then you go around the table again to see if each person that put in 10 now wants to put in 80. Let's just assume 3 of those guys put in the 80, the rest fold, right? So I've got the 3 guys at 240, that goes in the middle, right? And I've got 5 guys that put in 10, that's $50 in there. So I've got 240 plus 50, that's 290 now in the pot. I got to remember that number because now we're going to do betting again. I've thrown 3 cards out. Now we start the betting round again, but I've got to remember there's 290 in that pot. So now the first guy that comes out, he goes pot. He wants to bet pot. I got to remember there's 290, sir. The next guy goes repot. Now it gets interesting. Guess what? I got to go 3 times the 290 and the pot 290. I got to do that right away, and I got to have that answer for him. So 290 times 3 times 4 is the pot. So it's 290 times 4. So you got 3, 6, 9, 12 minus 40, right? So you got 1160 there. So, sir, the bet is 1160. Well, what if the next guy goes pot? I got to go 3 times the 1160 plus the 290 plus the pot 290. This is shit that I got to remember on a daily basis, and you got to get it right. Because guess what? Every gambler wants to blame their losses on something. And if it's a dealer that got something wrong or whatever, this fucking dealer, he doesn't know what he's doing, and this, that, and the other. And remember, this is the first time I ever do this in my life. And the other dealers, they've been doing this forever. They all had their first times, but this is my first time. I'm literally a month old as a poker dealer. But I'll tell you what, I'm one of the best ones right now. And all I get from my supervisors is, yo, this is your first time dealing, man. You're doing amazing. And the tips that I make at the end of the night also prove that. And I was always good at math, so I'm able to follow that situation. So you got to deal these cards. You got to watch for cheating. You got to know the formula for that game. You got to handle thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You got to be fast, right? Because you're working on tips, and every hand is a potential for you to make a tip. So you want to deal more hands Just like if you were a bartender, you want to keep serving drinks because every drink you serve is a potential for a tip. Every hand I deal is a potential for a tip. So yeah, I mean, it's good, man. My best day so far has been 400 in one night for tips. That's worth talking about. $400 on tips in one night. I get an hourly wage too. So yeah, I mean that part's good. If I came to your table and you recognize me, would you stack the deck? Yeah, no, definitely not. By the way, there's an automatic shuffler, so I can't stack the deck. That's the one easy part that they give us. Now, that's only when you're playing cash. Do you have an automatic deck? I have to deal tournaments because we have tournaments as well. And that's a whole, I'm not going to get into it right now about that. I just wanted to tell you guys the hardest one, which is Pot Limit Omaha, because of all the math involved. But I've got to deal tournament as well. In tournament, you don't have an automatic shuffler. You got to do it by hand, which is, I learned how to properly shuffle at the training at the school. So, I can't stack the deck is basically what my answer is to that. In the cash game, and that's what you're dealing mostly. You don't deal tournament that often. The way it works when you're a dealer is they're called pushes. That's what you're doing. You're pushing the dealer out of the table, and you're coming in. So your push is usually 30 minutes long. So I'm only at one particular table for 30 minutes, and then I push to the next table. But you usually don't deal more than about 3 to 4 tables before you're sent to break. So here's another great part about my job. I'm on break half the time. So I only really work about 4 hours. Really. The other 4 hours, I'm watching my fucking Miami Heat game in the break room where we have fucking snacks. There's other dealers that you're talking with. You're watching TV in there. It is like a great fucking job. Let's just put it that way. If you don't really want to work hard and you know how to do it now, it's a great job. You're never going to want another job. I'm on break half the time, guys. Sometimes more than that. And I just watch. Speaking of which, what do you guys think of my Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler? All right, we didn't win yesterday, but I'm hoping we don't become the story. I don't want to be the story. I don't want to be the team that was up 3-0 that lost like the Yankees did to the Red Sox that one year that they lost. They were up 3-0 and they lost 4-3. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I think the Heat are just connected right now. They're just they found a way to play their best basketball at the right time. And I think yesterday was just a desperate Celtics team not wanting to get swept. I anticipate the Heat losing the next game too. I think they'll lose in Boston, but I think it'll get closed out game 6. But if it doesn't get closed out game 6, now you're talking about anybody can win it in game 7, and that would be in Boston. So Coach Spo is the best game by far. Yeah. But let me just give you something about why he's the best. You have to understand there's been a lot of coaching changes right now. After Spo, we know we got Popovich. He's definitely going to be the best. He doesn't have the team right now to really show how good of a coach he is. But Spo is one of the longer tenured coaches right now. So naturally he's going to be the best. He is coaching well. I won't take that away from him. But at the same time, he's coaching against a guy that didn't know he was going to be the coach. He came out of nowhere, this guy, the Celtics coach. He's only there because of the scandal that the previous coach got into. This coach looks like a deer in headlights. He's only like 34, this guy. He's never coached before. He really looks lost, to be honest. So clearly Spo better out coach a guy who's never coached. And that's part of the reason why, a good part of the reason why the Heat are winning right now. In this particular series, but you got to give them credit. They took out the champs, Milwaukee, right? Well, no, they weren't the champs. They were the prior year's champs. They took out the Knicks. They were really hot. They had a hot year. They took out Cleveland. The Knicks took out Cleveland, which was a very a team that could potentially go all the way, and they took them out. So when we took out New York, it was pretty impressive to us as well, especially we're coming from the 8th seed. And then to go up 3-0 on Boston, which some people had them as the favorites to win the whole thing. Denver, obviously, if we get there, which I got to say we're going to get there, but it's going to be tough. But I think that if there's any team built for Denver, I think it's the Heat. So we'll see. Yeah, Liquid, your Knicks, they're going to have to do something, bro. There's just players there that are just not good. Julius Randle, he's not good. He's just getting numbers because he's in the offense. He's a go-to guy in the offense, but he's not. As you can see, he doesn't show up for the big games. I don't think he doesn't really have the game in order to be able in the big game to say, I'm going to go get 30, 40 points. I just don't think that's the case. Yeah, he's trash. He's trash. You guys are lucky with Brunson, though. He's a good little player. Henry says, what's up, John Wick? I'm glad to see you back, guy. As I'm listening, congratulations are in order, I see. Thank you, Mr. Henry. All right. So don't smoke within 48 hours of going back to work. My mouth always suffers too slow for about 2 days. Yeah. I'm only a nighttime smoker anyway. I've only ever been. It's for more of a sleep aid for me. What job do you have, John? Did you say you're working now? Yeah, I'm a poker dealer. Knee deep. Henry coming back in. He's got his membership back. Yeah, we're going to get everything straightened out, guys. Allow my first day back to be just catch everybody up. I know I'm not really paying attention to the market as much, but allow this day to be a catch-up moment from the last couple months. Let you guys know what I've been doing, why most of the reason I've been not around on YouTube. Most of it has been I've been busy, and secondly, I didn't really want to just do free content for YouTube. I just didn't. I think that it was a little unfair to have punished me and demonetized me if they weren't going to do it across the board, because there's many other channels that were resharing other content and they didn't get punished. But it's water under the bridge now. I don't care. I'm going to play by their rules. I'm going to give this YouTube thing, once again, another chance to grow this channel, to create a fun environment for people to look forward to, content for them to look forward to, an avenue to potentially be alerted to something that's making money. I know the market is not really presenting the greatest environment for that, but we're going to do our best. I've been able to find some success recently in some trades. But I have, I've lost when I was, I've taken losses previous to that. Let me look at my history and I'll tell you some of the ones that I lost on. Let's see. I told you FRC. I got beat up on that one when they locked up the shares. PBLA, that didn't work out for me. AULT, that didn't work out. NCMI, I made a ton of money on that. That was the last one before recently. NCMI made a ton of money. I scalped that stock 5 times. Then I think I might have made a small amount of money on Clearmine, CMND. And then I took some losses on Alt, thinking that was going somewhere. PBLA, FRCB, those were losses. And then I got LXEH, I think was a small loss as well. I tried to jump on that to see if I can catch the pump. Took a small loss, but SQL I made a bunch of money back on. And SHPH I'm still up on, but I'm getting killed now on it. But overall, I'm still up on it. So I've been doing the best that I can with the market and the conditions that they are in. And that's basically it. So what can you expect from the channel going forward? You can expect me to be on live stream to the best of my abilities. Now, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, those are my off days from work. So that's easy for me to get up at, and be able to start early in the morning. The challenges will come on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, because I may be getting out at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, which means how could I really get up at 9? I'm not going to get up in 5 hours to stream. So those days, especially if I'm getting out at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, I don't always get out at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I get out at 1 o'clock in the morning, because the way it works is this. The job is so good that if you want to just leave and you don't see that it is a lot of tables, what you want to see when you're a poker dealer, when you walk into your casino, you want to see there's a lot of tables, a lot of players there. That way, there's work, that there's the ability to get, a lot of tip money. Same thing as a bar. As if you're a bartender, you're going into a bar to go to work, you want to see people there waiting to fucking buy drinks. It's the same situation with this. So what happens is you go into work and you work, you're doing your tables, but if you start seeing that it's just not there's not that many tables, you've made a certain amount of money, you're able to walk up to your supervisor and say, hey, you know what, I'm good for the day, I'm ready to go. And they you have a tip box, they unlock your tip box, you pour out your tips, you count them up, you take them to the cage, they record it, and it gets put on your payroll. So you're basically, you're free to come and go as you please in this job. This is why it's great. It's very flexible. If you don't want to come in, they're not like, oh man, I don't really believe you're sick, or oh man, you missed the other day. If you don't want to come in, you don't want to come in. That's fine. They're not paying much for you. My hourly is only $8 an hour. It's tip based. So if you don't want to come in, that's you not wanting to make money. So it's very flexible in that in that area. But if you're there till 4 o'clock in the morning, it's typically because things have been really good, and you want to stay, because my casino is not 24 hours. It closes at 4 a.m. So when I leave or come home at 4 a.m. plus, it's very unlikely that I'm going to be on live stream at 9:30. So those particular days, it may be a later stream. I might just do a after lunch stream, maybe start off at 1. Excuse me. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I got a little congestion. Okay. And that's the other thing about this job. That's one of not the greatest things about this job, is that you're in front of a lot of people. So whatever they've got, you have the potential of getting. If they're coming in with the sniffles, poker players, they don't give a shit about anything or anyone. If they're sick and they want to play poker, they're coming to the casino. So you can get all, it's like being a teacher at this point. You're subject to the kids. If the kids are sick, you're going to get sick. So I've already gotten a couple, we're not going to say the C19 thing, not that, but a couple little sniffles from the job type of thing. I'm sure it's until my immunity gets built up from those small little, whatever you want to call it, colds or whatever that people have. It's new to me. I've not been in my life in front of a bunch of people every day in a casino environment. Does a cigarette smoke at work bother you? You're not allowed to smoke I don't think you're allowed to smoke indoors anywhere anymore. But no, definitely you're not allowed to smoke. You're not allowed to vape. You're not allowed to smoke, nothing. So the air is perfectly clean. There's nothing like that at all. What's up, Bobby Ray? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's basically it. So like I said, the schedule, Monday, Thursday, and Friday will be kind of like we'll see what time I start. I'm going to probably say it's going to be noon to 1. So catch maybe the second half of the market, at which time I probably will go until close of the market at 4 p.m. Because at that time, once it closes, maybe 4:30, I then got to get ready for work at around 5, because I got to show up at work I start at 6:30. But there's a distance to drive, and on those days there's traffic, so I got to give myself about an hour. So I got to leave my house at 5:30, which means I probably am only going to go to 4 to 4:30 on live streams, get ready for work, and go to work. So it will definitely be a busy and new experience for me to do this much, have an actual 40-hour work week on a real job, as well as continue to provide a good channel for you guys and continue to grow, continue to attract new people. But I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to definitely give it a go and see how it goes. I have some other ideas going forward. The reason why I say I have other ideas going forward, which I won't mention right now, because if they're not needed, or if I don't go that direction, there's no point in talking about it now, is because from what I've seen on YouTube, I don't really see that much stock excitement anymore. I think people are really just getting over the stock market. They realize it's really not the best place to grow your money. We've got a lot of issues going on. It's funny, I've been gone for 2 months, but it seems like a world of fuckery has gone on in those 2 months, right? With the banks. So you could be invested in a bank and you could be shut out of your own stock, and you don't get the ability to sell the stock until it's fucking thrown to the OTC and it's been beaten down. And it's just weird how they're even allowed to do that. You know, how can they lock up a stock, let everybody else out behind closed doors, and then the general public, they're like, all right, here it is, your stock is worth less than $1, go ahead and do whatever you want with it now. And it's like, I don't think a lot of people, the AMC fucked up a lot of people in the stock market. Now this bank thing has screwed up a lot of people. And then looking at the way the market runs with how things are just getting pumped and dumped off. And we don't know how it's being done, what entities are pumping and dumping. Who knows? You don't know. It's not retail. Retail ain't driving stocks up and then dumping them off. We don't know how they make these numbers, guys. You know, when you look at a stock, for instance, I have SHPH up right now. We don't know how they're coming up with that digital number. You have no idea. You have no idea how they're coming up with that number that you see. And how is that number the same across the board for everybody while there's constant transactions going on in that stock? There's just, in my opinion, no way. So I think it's a managed stock market. That's what it is. It's being managed by multiple entities, and it's just like a lottery. It's like, if you want to come and play our lottery game, come on and play our lottery game. But we're not going to tell you what the rules are. We're not going to tell you exactly how it works, how we come up with these prices and stuff like that. It's just, if you want to jump on and you think your chart, you think that that's going to help you out, and you think that that's going to be what drives you in the stock and figuring out how to make money and how to sell at the right times. I'll be honest, I've been looking at charts throughout these 60 days, and there's a lot of things that you would think, oh, I should get in now. And I'm talking, I don't get in. I just watch, and it don't work that way. It don't work that way. It's just luck at this point. Let's be real. It's literally just luck. If you get lucky and you feel like you bought it low enough, like, okay, this seems to be like a safe spot, I'm in now, and then you let it run up, you better get out, because it ain't gonna last. Nothing has lasted that I've seen. I'm not even seeing multi-day runners anymore, to be honest. There's not even multi-day runners. So that's basically it. They allow it in KC. Cool. So it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to let you guys go for the day. I just wanted to come out, let you guys know that, you know, the channel is back. I'm back. You can rely on me virtually on a daily basis. If you don't, if I can't, then obviously I will put out a community post. I'm going to try to drop some videos when I can, just to alert those that are video dependent, that don't show up to lives. Let them know that I'm back, that I'll be, you know, doing videos from time to time. Right now, they'll probably be update videos based off of what we were looking at in the live stream and what we made money or lost money on, until I can kind of figure out, is this the lane that I still want to continue to go down? With respects to the memberships, I'm always going to keep you guys up to date with that, because no way, shape, or form do I want you guys to be re-upping memberships if I think that what you're paying for is no longer the content that I'm going to provide. I'm always going to update you well in advance. I did state long time ago, before I got demonetized, that I was going to raise my membership from $5 to $10 as the minimum. I'm still going to do that, but there is no need to worry about that at this particular time. Once I've got everything kind of like figured out in what I'm going to do with the channel, then I'm going to let you guys know of that. But I don't foresee that happening till July 1st. So if you've already paid, you're fine. You're going to be fine through June. But I will at some point in June let you guys know, hey, if you want to continue, this is what it's going to be. This is what the channel is going to do, so on and so forth. And this is what the price is starting this particular time frame. I may do different goals, whereas before we had the cards. I know you guys like the cards. I may stick with that. I may just change maybe what that looks like. Maybe it'll be more of a different thing, like maybe 3 of a kinds, full houses, 4 of a kinds, something like that. There'll be some sort of change to it, because I think what happened is they upgraded you guys in terms of time at the levels that you're at. So now I think everybody's like pocket kings, at least right now. I'm going to take a look right now. Let me take a quick look at that and see. All right, see all members. Let's see. So for instance, Zen has aces, Michael has kings, Ron kings, Henry's aces. So everybody's basically up that high. I see Florida Sun has queens. I see some queens. So basically what I'm trying to say is that everybody was upgraded to the highest pair levels, even though we haven't even been around to obtain that or to consecutively to reach that point. So meaning, like, if you started with queens, if you had queens before I got demonetized, right, 2 months passed, you were upgraded to kings without even having paid those months to get to kings, which isn't really that important, obviously, but I do want to be consistent with that situation. So I will revamp that and let you guys know how that's going to work out. Are any of us grandfathered in? I don't think I'm going to stick with that anymore. I think that the demonetization, Henry, kind of threw every old plan out the door, and I've got to do things a little differently based off of what I see on YouTube. And what I'm seeing right now is that there isn't that much interest like there was before with stock coverage. So I've got to figure out, is that the route that I want to continue to go 100%, or do I want to now go maybe 75-25, 50-50, whatever the case may be? Because I may bring in poker into this channel because I just don't see the interest in stock market coverage anymore. When I look at the other channels out there that do stock market coverage, I'm not seeing them get views. For instance, when I look at Kevin's channel, he's not getting any views. And he provides good information. I look at his videos and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know that. And I don't see him getting the credit for good information from viewers or YouTube, the platform. When I look at, for instance, a channel like Tony De Niro, anytime he goes off AMC topic, he doesn't get the views. He could talk about any other stock. If it's not AMC, he ain't getting the views. So I'm seeing it's either AMC or nothing on YouTube. What I was doing before I got knocked off seemed to have been successful. It is kind of what I think you guys liked. You liked having a space where you can hear what is moving on that particular day, because maybe you're not really looking at that. You guys have life that you're dealing with, and you were able to rely on this channel to know, okay, what's moving today? What's being pumped up today? Can I get in there and grab some money? But that pump and dump situation is a lot more short-lived these days. It's not lasting long. Whereas before we had all day, and sometimes throughout the day we had multiple runners that were coming up out of nowhere that we can take a look at, chart, and find the dip and buy in and ride the rip. I'm not seeing a long enough time frame where that's lasting anymore. So how can we keep a live stream going as long as I had them going before, when the market conditions doesn't even provide it. The market, it seems like all the action is happening from about 9:30 to 10:30. After 10:30, that's it. I mean, look at it right now. Look at the two stocks that I have up right now. UTRS has only dripped down throughout from opening. It was up way over 200%. It reached a high of 70%. It's basically been cut in half. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. I don't know how much more people are going to want to invest in the market with it being that risky. So we'll figure it out. But grandfathered in, no, I think everything's going to probably restart on July 1st. There'll be a different price, and you guys will have a different content, we'll call it, possibly a dual type thing where I may kind of pique you guys to see, is poker something that you're interested in? It's something that I know a lot about, and now I have two sides of the table to tell. I've got two stories to tell. I can tell the story as a player, and I can tell the story as a dealer, because let me tell you something, it's two different worlds. So we'll see if that's something of interest. I am very knowledgeable in sports. I mean, extremely knowledgeable in sports. I know that if I wanted to, I can have my own outlet with respect to sports information, because not only do I read a lot about it, I know a lot about it, I also play a lot of them. So I know a lot about that. So I'm going to figure out what it is based off of all of my knowledge, what I can provide to the community of interest, and we'll see. But with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go for today. It was just I'm back. And once I log off today, I am going to look into fixing my charts, look at my membership situation, look at overall my YouTube situation to see what's going on with the channel. This is just me just blindly coming back out, saying what's up to everybody. I've been gone for a while. I definitely missed a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys. I am very sad to kind of think back and know that what we had going, which was such a great environment, I don't know pickleball. That's pretty funny. It's getting hot, apparently. Pickleball is a hot topic now. But we had a really good thing going on. You guys saw, 4 people on the live stream sometimes. You saw me plucking people out of different parts of the world, saying hello, saying this is what I'm into. This is what I've bought. This is where I've made money. But we'll try to get a great vibe going back on here again. I just got to kind of figure it out again. But with that being said, guys, thank you very much for showing back up today for me. I will see you again tomorrow. Much love and respect for each and every one of you that have, continuously thought about my channel and, and wondered when I was coming back and then showed up today. I really appreciate that. Definitely from the bottom of my heart. You guys know that I'm as genuine as anyone can possibly be on camera. But that being said, much love to you guys. Thank you again. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Johnwicksnipin is out.